Hello Geek, this is Vamp and you guys are watching Code with Vamp. So I was looking for the best possible example to explain you the use of ngrok, the need of the ngrok in a very short time. It's very necessary for you to know the need of the ngrok because until or unless you don't know the need of the tool, you are not going to use it efficiently. So this is our typical network architecture. If you know a little bit about the network architecture, you know that our network works on a client server architecture where any node or any device can be a client or a server. So for example, if I want to access the facebook.com server here, then I will be a client and then facebook.com would be the server. Okay. So at any point of a time, anyone can be a client or server. Now imagine that I want to access the facebook.com server through my private IP address. Then it won't be possible. Why? Because Facebook don't know about my private IP. In order to access the facebook.com, I have to go through the NAT router. That is network address translation router. Now this router will translate my private IP into public IP and on my behalf it will communicate to the facebook.com and whatever the reply the facebook.com will give, it will redirect it to me. So this is how it actually works. Now the actual problem arises when I want to be a server. I want everyone to access this address or I want to host my page on this particular address. So this guy here or this guy here, if on their computer they will type this address, they will be redirected to my page. But what about this guy or this guy or this guy? If suppose this guy will type my IP address, that is my private IP address, he will be redirected to this guy. Okay, not to my page actually, because that's my private IP address. So that's the main problem. You can host your local server at your local site. It won't be accessible out of your network. It means it will be accessible to all those people who are inside your network, who are connected to the your router. This kind of problem you have already faced in most of the hacking tools. For example, when you are making connection through Metasploit, you have given their local IP address. That's why the people who is outside of your network won't be affected by your Metasploit. Okay. Similar goes for your phishing tools using the social engineering toolkit or Black Eye. So this problem can be solved, and one of the possible solution you can think of, and I know that it's coming to your mind, that instead of your local IP address, you can give your public IP. I mean, you can just type what is my IP, and you can get the information about your public IP. Now, if you give your public IP here, these guys would be able to access your public IP, but this router won't know that whom to redirect the information to this guy or to this guy. Okay, so that's the problem. Now to solve this problem, there comes the technology of port forwarding, in which you manually configure your router for some specific port, and when any other person who is outside of your network wants to access your IP address, and that is your public IP address, then all the information will be redirected to you only. Now it's the very hectic process if you go for the manual configuration of the router for the port forwarding techniques. Not everyone can do it. Even if you can do it, it's a very hectic process. Now here comes the important role of our ngrok. Ngrok provide you the automatic port forwarding facility. Only you have to access the ngrok server and you have to authenticate yourself. After authentication, there will be a secure tunnel between you and the ngrok server. And after that, ngrok will give you a public IP address or a link, and that link you can share with all the people who is outside of your network. And through that link, they can actually access your server, that is localhost server. So through that link, they will be redirected to the ngrok server, and after that, through the tunnel, they will be redirected to your localhost server. So in this way, you can actually host your localhost server publicly. So that's the main role of our ngrok. So I hope that you have understood how ngrok works internally and why there is a need of ngrok. Now we can move to the installation procedure. Now we are gonna start with the downloading and installation procedure. And actually, if you want to use this ngrok tool for your Windows operating system, you can definitely use it. But for today's session, we are gonna more focused on Kali Linux machine. So we will see how to download and install it on Kali Linux. So this is our Kali Linux machine and it's working on a VirtualBox. So it's a virtual machine. So let's open it. Very first thing would be you have to open your Firefox. So go into the search bar and just type here ngrok Kali Linux, and after that hit enter, and you can see the first link, ngrok.com. So click on it. After that you can see the website where you can actually download the ngrok tool. Now don't fall for any other websites which offer you this ngrok tool. Make sure that you come to the actual one. It's ngrok.com/download, and here are the steps through which you can download and install it and configure it on your Kali Linux. Okay, so if you see the first step, you have to download this ngrok definitely, and then you have to unzip it. And the third point is very necessary. See here, you have to authenticate yourself. So in order to authenticate yourself, your computer to ngrok, you have to sign up here. Okay, so you have to create your account here, and after creating your account they will give you a auth token. So this token is used to authenticate your server to the ngrok server. Okay, start with the sign up procedure, and after that we will download it and unzip it. Okay, click on sign up here. So it's a very usual kind of sign up page. You have to give your name, email address, and password here. For the name, you can just give anything. So it's like Vamp here, cool or something. And then you have to give your email address and password. So definitely, I'm not gonna give my personal email address here. And I would suggest you also. So for any of the website where you have to authenticate yourself, and if you are skeptical, then don't give your personal email address. What you can do instead of that, you can just give a temporary email address. So temporary mail, and I will go with the second link, that is www.emailondeck.com, and here your private email. So I will just copy this, and I will get back to our ngrok sign up page. Here I will paste it, and for the password part I can just type anything like, and then press on I am not a robot, and then sign up. So I don't want to save this password, and sign up procedure is complete, and you have created your account on your ngrok. So somewhere below, I think, yeah, here you have got your auth token. Okay, so with the help of this token you will authenticate your tool to this ngrok. So now we can actually follow the procedure. We have to download it for Linux. If you want to download it for Windows or any other operating system, you can download it from here. So it's the Linux machine, so I will download for the Linux one. Just click here, and I want to save this file. Yes, and it's of 13.1 MB, so it will not take so much time. Now the downloading has been completed. After downloading, you have to unzip, and then you have to connect your account. So we will get back to our files, and let's see. So it should be in the download folder, and here we have our ngrok. So what I will do, I will just unzip it here. So this is our ngrok folder. I will open it, and I will open this part in the terminal. Now let me make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, so that should be perfect. I will minimize the background, and here we have our terminal. Okay, so we are inside the ngrok folder, and you can see the content. Here is our ngrok file, And so what is the next step, what we have to follow next? Okay, so we have to connect our account now. So in order to connect our account, what you have to do, you have to just use this auth token. This auth token is given to you only after the sign up procedure, so that's why the sign up procedure was very necessary. So I will just copy this command from here, and I will get back to our terminal. I will paste it here, hit enter, and you can see auth token saved to configuration file. So our configuration and installation procedure is over here, and we will see dot slash ngrok, after that help, hit enter. And this is our help manual. If after typing this dot slash ngrok help you won't get this kind of detail, it means you have not configured or installed it properly. So make sure that you follow the step again, and if any kind of problem occurs, then follow this step again and get back here. So here you can see in the description part, ngrok exposes your local network services behind a net and a firewall to the public internet over a secure tunnel. So everything is written here what I have already told you in the first part, and these are some of the examples how to use the ngrok. And here you got the version, the commands to update, to see the version, to start a TCP or TLS tunnel. So we are gonna touch the most important part, that was our target, that is to expose our private IP as a public IP. Okay, so that other people who is out of our network can access our local host server. So this is our main target, and we are gonna achieve it using our ngrok tool here. So what I'm going to do here, so I will just clear it out. Firstly, I will show you how to use this ngrok actually. So if you remember from the website of the ngrok, here you have to type dot slash ngrok http and then port number 80. So I will minimize this, and we will get back to our Kali terminal. Type dot slash ngrok http and then port number 80. Hit enter, and you can see our ngrok is working now. So here you can see all the details on the screen. So the account was vamp here cool, as you remember, and the version is this, region is United States, and this is the interface. Actually this is the thing that we are going to include on the place of your local IP address, so that every information will be redirected to you. Okay, now we will look into these forwarding addresses. One is http and another is https. Okay, so these are the links or the public IP address that are provided by ngrok to you, so that you can copy these links and you can forward these links to the person who is outside of your network. When the person will click on this link, he will be redirected to your localhost network.